All right, so you're hiring on Onlinejobs.PH and it's time to craft your job posts. In this video, I'll discuss everything you need to put in there and why you need to put it in there. All right, so let's get started. We'll explore the key elements that needs to be described in this job posting. I assume at this point you have identified the necessary knowledge, the abilities, and the experience level that you need, because you will need to put it in this post, right? So you need this before you get started, and don't figure it out along the way. Just know what you're hiring for beforehand. Now, let's just take it one by one. Job title, that's the first thing that job seekers really look for. So clear, concise job title will attract the right people. The reason is the same thing you need to, like, the reason you keep it clear and concise is the same reason you put like a nice email in your cold emails, like a nice subject line. You want people to click and you want the right people to click, roughly. Like, you also want kind of like to play around with this, because the next step will really filter people. But in general, this is what you want. You want to get attention and you want to get the right attention. Now, another thing you need to take into account is that companies, they have a wide variety of job titles, which essentially is the same set of responsibilities, but a different title. Now, if your company has a different name for the same set of responsibilities, you actually should advertise the way other companies do it, because most people will look for that role. For instance, customer success means something super different to some companies. Some companies that's more of like a support role, and other companies that's more of an account management role where there's more sales involved. So if you call this customer success, like, it will attract a lot of people, but you'll have support people and more salesy people. So depending on what you want, we're going to put that in the next step. But definitely, maybe it's better to put customer success than account manager, if that's the kind of people that you want to attract. See where I'm going with that? So clear and concise title gets you the right candidates. All right, guys, real quick. If you want to make a next hire and don't want to break the bank, if you want to save 60 to 70% on salary cost, no matter the role you want to hire, get in contact. There's a link below in the description. Book a call with us there and we can help you out. See you in there. Now, next step, most important step, job description. This is like a detailed overview of the role, like key responsibilities, duties that makes people successful. If you write this well, you need to outline skills, experience, and qualifications that are required for this position, right? Here's a format you can use for your next job application. You write summary, key responsibilities, required qualifications, salary and benefits, performance metrics, and about us / company culture section. Now, I will not go into these right away, because there will be bit more information below it. But in the end, what you want to do is you want to spend some time crafting a well-written job description, because this is your filter to attract the right people, or if it's built wrong, it will attract the wrong people. This is not your home market. This is outsourcing. This is Onlinejobs.PH. So there's a lot of candidates out there that won't fit your criteria or won't fit your quality standards. So if you want to filter out the bad ones, this is how you do it. All right. Summary, well-written job description is essentially a tool for any organization to attract and retain qualified employees. You have a clear understanding of the job requirements and expectations towards the person that's applying. So hopefully they read that and you can filter out from there on. Right. So let's deep dive into kind of the subsection points of this company overview. So brief company overview helps a job seeker understand the organization that they are applying for, especially if you're like a specific industry. Now, this part of the job's description needs a special call out, as this is part of what like sells the company to the candidate, right? For competitive industries, that means attracting the candidate that everybody's fighting over. Include at minimum these things: company history, culture, mission, and as well notable achievements or awards. Like, if you want to attract a creative or highly skilled person, you need to give them a reason that they should choose to work for you. They need to get excited to work for you. And if they won't, they might go to a competitor instead. So this is what makes you stand out. Share some goals. Most employees really want this. They want to matter. They all say they want salary increase, but in the end, they want to matter. That's most of all. So show them how you are a fast growing company, how you have job stability, but also fast growing, and how they will contribute to that. This is what sells them. All right. Qualifications. So clearly outlining the qualifications and experience required for the position can help ensure only qualified candidates apply. If you go to Onlineph, like if you've gone there before, you know you're going to get 300, 400, 500 job applications, like depending on the job you hire for, but that's generally the vibe. Some people in there just apply for everything, like they don't care. So you're going to get a lot of volume. Now, the more you can filter out, the less work you will have to do in the hiring process. So this is an automated thing, right? So the more you filter out bad candidates, the less work in the end, which is more of a manual process. So definitely do this. All right. So what specifically should you put in qualification section on your job post? Educational requirements, certification requirements, specific skill sets, and numbers of years of experience. Now, when we hire, we really go for certification or specific skill set where it is possible. Education, especially in countries like Philippines on Onlineph, can be fake. Years of experience doesn't really matter the most of the time. If if they had a really chill job they just really didn't improve their skills, then years of experience doesn't really say anything. Different employers have different quality standards, so years of experience doesn't necessarily mean a better employee, right? So although experience and education can be indicators, you still need to test that, further their qualifications in interview rounds. But it's something that's at least good to qualify out some people and save you time, right? If they don't have the educational and certificate and specific skill set and number of years of experience, that's probably not a good candidate. Responsibilities. Let me get this right. All right, so detailed overview of duties and responsibilities sets a clear expectation for the candidate. Now, it can be day-to-day tasks, or like if it's a more vague role, more creative role, broader responsibilities such as managing a team, overseeing projects, stuff like that. Really depends on the nature of the role. Execution roles, you can say exactly what they want to do, what they need to do. You can say exactly, hey, this is what your day is going to look like. But if we're talking about a management position, creative position, highly skilled position, even niche skills, then day-to-day might vary a bit. Like one day is not the same as the next. In that case, you explain what are your responsibilities and what are you working towards. Now, this is my favorite section, salary and benefits. Also the most heated debate most recruiters and companies. So I'll explain the benefits in posting salary or not. But including information about the salary and benefits generally attracts the right candidates who are a good fit. So including the benefits, you can do compensation, health, insurance, retirement benefits, whatever perks you can offer, throw them in there if you want to. Here's the benefits of revealing salary and benefits, or just salary in this part. So it can help you attract the right candidate, especially if you're going for higher skilled roles. Providing salary information is just important because they need to know you're not trying to undercut what they are worth, basically. Gives you transparency and it saves you time. So time saving is really let's say you do 5 interview roles with a highly skilled candidate, and at the end they want $5,000 and you're offering 1,000. There's no way that person is ever going to be happy at your company. So that saves you time. Reduce negotiation. Like if you have a salary or salary range, let's say you have this 1,000 to 1,500 range on the ad, and this person is not going to come in and say I want 5,000. Maybe they're going to say I want 1,600, 1,700. Then you negotiate a bit, but at least you're in the same bandwidth. All right. So again, the time saving. and it shows you're willing to pay for like the people's worth, like you're willing to pay for how skilled people are. All right. Downsides of revealing salary: skip over qualified talent that might ask just a bit more. Let's say you're saying, I want to offer 1,000 for this role. And that person is thinking, well, I can do this, but I'm much more experienced. I actually want 1,800. Probably I'm too overqualified for this position. But maybe you're like, yeah, I actually want to pay 1,800. And yeah, then you will miss that candidate basically. The other option is that you provide a broad range, like 1,000 to 2,000, but that could, if you're then like finding somebody that's a little bit less skilled, but you're going with them in the end, they might want to negotiate you to the upper of that range. So in that case, it could turn out to be a disadvantage. So yeah, it might discourage applicants, may attract candidates solely motivated by salary. So could attract candidates are unhappy with other customers at the moment, and the only reason they applying is going to make more wage. They're not excited about your company. They don't really want to add much more value. They just want more money, basically. So not the best experience for you in the end. All right, good. Now for the benefits of the job, I would likely post them. Most of the time I post them because it sets you apart from the competition, especially if we're hiring for a high skilled role. However, in some times we deliberately do not post them, maybe for like more execution, very basic roles, we do not post them because I want to find somebody that's like excited for this role without the benefits. And then they're excited for this role, they're excited to get started. And then I'm saying like, oh, here are all the benefits. And they're like, whoa, 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 okay. Now they're extra excited because of this surprise. So in that case, you can use it more as a boost to give them the extra mile. This is super important. Basic requirements. This is what nobody does, basically. Remember, this is not your home market. You're outsourcing here. And some people seem to forget this. So the hiring process is different from your home market, right? So let's discuss some basic requirements that you need from a candidate when outsourcing. You can mention this in the job posting, that the candidate needs to mention this in the interview process or in their application letter, whatever it may be that you want to use. But here's what you want: power outages. The power in the third world country is not the same as your home market. All right. You're in the US, you're in Western Europe. It's not the same thing. All right. So what you want is not to deal with basically weekly or monthly basis people that cannot work because they don't have power and make that as an excuse. That is just a waste of your time. You have to rehire and you can start from basic fund. So what you need is a backup plan in the interview process mapped out before you move on to the next step. They need to have some cafe. They need to have something where they can get power. All right. Internet speed. You want to build a connection with your remote employee. Also, they need internet, sometimes good internet speed to perform the job. So let them go to speedtest.net, make them send like a screenshot like I have right here. Have them send it to you. You need 10 MB download, 10 MB upload, kind of like the ranges. First thing, you need proper housing. What I mean with proper housing is anything that's built with stone is good. The reason for that is it doesn't blow away in tropical storm Philippines, especially where you hire everybody from Onlineph, will like deal with tropical storms and houses get destroyed, electricity cuts out, Wi-Fi's gone, everything basically goes to shit. And they need a backup plan for that. And if you have a proper house, you have less to deal with that. Working hours. So make sure they know what working hours they need. So most of my personal team works like is in the Philippines. They have their own time and have overlap with mine because their job allows it. But if you're hiring, let's say, a receptionist that needs to work 9 to 5 your time, that needs to be clear in this section. All right. They need to be able to work with that. So if you want to open up this doc, you can see the examples of good and bad job postings I made. But the conclusion is crafting effective job posting is the key to attracting qualified candidates that have a clear understanding of the role and its requirements. All right. So including all the elements that we just discussed, you can increase the likelihood of you finding a good person versus a bad person. And the odds are not in your favor here. Like the odds are that you find a bad person, basically, if you're starting out. So attracting the right talent, that's key for your business growth. I hope that's not news. So you need to take nothing less than whatever works for you. That's it. And you need to use these things in this video what we just discussed to make the right talent. All right. So that's it for this video. Check out the link in the description if you want to work with us, and you can check out our explanation video, book a call, and we're happy to help you out with your next hire. See you in there.